Kane, and I am sitting here with Donovan throwing rocks and I am Nancy Deep. Trust and believe he is going to be throwing rocks. This is another edition of Don't Believe the Hype, where we ask you to go beneath the surface, rather, and discover things for yourself. Don't just take people always at face value, because normally there's more to the story. And that is our aim here, is to get beneath the more to the story and find out what it is. Hey, but don't trust us. You take what we say and go verify it.
Go verify it.
So anyway, we've got a lot to talk about on this segment. The first thing we're going to talk about, I'll tell you what we're going to talk about. I'm going to give you a syllabus, rather. We're going to talk about Kaepernick and the Nike deal. We're also going to talk about the actor Jeffrey Owens that was on the Cosby Show. And then we're going to talk about what I'm going to deem a segment from now on called Facebook Mess.
Okay.
It's the stuff that I see on Facebook that I deem to be mess. I wanted to say another word, but I was like, nah, you need to stop cussing. So anyway, we'll go ahead and start with Kaepernick. As you guys know, Colin Kaepernick, who was, let me turn my phone off because it's about to go ham, I can already tell. Kaepernick, Kaepernick, who was on the San Francisco 49ers as a quarterback, who also led the San Francisco 49ers to a Super Bowl in 2013, found himself without work once he, in 2016, took a knee on the field. First he was sitting, and then he took a knee on the field to protest police brutality and injustices of black people, or people of color, however you want to say it, in America. As you can see, I also have on one of many of my Kaepernick t-shirts in support of Kaepernick. So as I said, he found himself without a job in 2016. He was not, I guess he wasn't drafted for 2017, and is still in 2018 on the embankment rather of the new season. He has not secured a spot on the team. And so throughout, I guess, his spare time while he was unemployed, if you will, he's accomplished a lot of things. One of them was donating $1 million out of his own pocket to different social causes that he deemed worthy. Just for example, he gave money and did a clothing drive for felons or men who needed clothing to go look for work. And so he was actually there participating in that. And a whole host of other things. It was a Sports Illustrated did a huge write-up of him. I think it wasn't Sports Illustrated, it was GQ Magazine, where they pretty much deemed him as, this ultimate social justice warrior. And so here we are, as of yesterday, it was discovered, or I said it was announced rather, that Nike is going to use him among others, but he is going to be the primary face of their 30th anniversary of Just Do It, their campaign. Right, hold on now. Because of his stance on injustices of people, black people, and police brutality in America. And I'm paraphrasing, I probably should have the quote, but there's a picture of his face, really from like his the bridge of his nose up, where it says, sometimes you have to do the right thing, even if it costs you everything. Mm-hmm. So that's why he is the face. Now, it is alleged that campaign is going to pay him multi-million dollars. And so, of course, with the accolades, there comes the, how can I say this? The pissed off emotions from the other side, if you will. Who is the other side? Well, the other side are, I guess, conservatives, white supremacists, or, some white people. And I'm not going to say white people in general, because there are a lot of white people who are happy that he is getting acknowledged for what he has done and what he is doing. But a lot of white people and conservative, I would call them the Fox News crowd, if we will. Okay. They have taken to social media and tweeted and posted pictures on their social media accounts of them burning their shoes, their Nike shoes, cutting up their clothing, cutting the swoosh, the Nike swoosh, off of their clothing, and burning up the clothing, and ranting and raving like Rumpelstiltskin, talking about we're never going to buy Nike again. Big and Rich, I think it's Rich or Big or whoever it was, of the country band duo. He has constantly, since the announcement came, tweeted about how mad he was, for lack of better words, that Nike chose to use somebody who would wear socks with police depicted as pigs on the field. And so he said stuff like, well, just make sure you make socks with the pigs on them, and basically, how dare you do this? And now, what you done is going to cost you millions. Come on, you fellow people, Fox News people who are mad. Let's go over to Reebok. But it's like, Big and Rich is supposed to be this big time American band. I think the only song that I've heard of them doing was Save a Horse and Ride a Cowboy. That's the song that I know of them.
Heard of that, but okay.
And so I guess that's one of their most famous songs. But so he's basically saying, come on, guys, let's go over to Reebok. But it's like, well, you're this big American, fully blooded American. But yet you telling fellow people who are mad with you to go over to Reebok. Don't you know Reebok is not even American? It's a German brand.
But don't you realize that when it comes to whiteness, they're all in the same boat?
I know, but I'm just saying, because I know, if the brand was probably
I'm of German American descent.
Yeah, but it ain't stamped with "Made in America."
Doesn't matter. I'm German American descent.
Whatever. Okay. Those would be the main people talking about, oh gosh, it needs to be made in America. Remember they had this years ago, they had the Made in America campaign.
Yeah.
But then
most of your items at Walmart are from China.
Yeah, but your homie in the White House, his stuff ain't even made in America.
Yeah, even the hats.
His daughter stuff. So it's like, y'all just some big old frauds. And let's just keep it real. Y'all mad because Kaepernick is getting what's for him, and Jamel Hill's a sports writer.
She got bought out. Yeah, she just got bought out. Mm.
She said in her tweet, which I thought, before I even read the tweet, I thought the same thing. She said, Kaepernick and the things that he's been through is proof of what's for you is for you. Mm-hmm. Nobody is going to be able to stop what God or the universe has for you, no matter who it is. And so, to me, this outrage by these Fox News crowd, if you will, the Trumpsters, as people would say, you're just a racist. And you're mad because the black man in your mind, and not that he sees it this way or I see it this way, but in your mind, he won. We were supposed to hold him down forever. He was supposed to, never be able to take care of himself. He was supposed to just be a pauper and just go off into the sunset as a broke nigga.
That's right.
For lack of better words.
You learn next time, nigga.
Right. I mean, because that's what they do to people. They like to, harp on, especially black people. I mean, some people, we can argue all day whether OJ did it or not, but in the court of law, the dude was found not guilty for murder. I'm talking about as criminally. I ain't talking about civilly. He was found not guilty, but there are some people who will go to their grave bent on the fact that he should never ever, he shouldn't even be breathing air.
Damn right.
He should never be, and I'm not arguing whether he should or he shouldn't, but I'm just making the point that that's how some people feel. Michael Vick went to jail for the dog fighting stuff, served his time, paid his debt to society. But yet, white people, Fox News white people, I guess you could say, they're like up in arms. Like, so when does the guy get to breathe and come up from under your judgment? And most of the time, it's these Fox News crowd people who are these big time highfalutin Christians, where they don't read the Bible, apparently because the Bible says to forgive, but yet you don't want to forgive when it comes to black people. But most of y'all too in the Fox News crowd, no shade to you done, but y'all ain't gonna take the Catholic priest to task for raping these kids. You're not gonna do that. You might talk about it a little bit, but you ain't gonna do what you're doing to Kaepernick, who is trying to bring awareness to the injustices that black people suffer in America. You're not gonna give the Catholic priest that kind of scrutiny, but you give it to Kaepernick, you give it to Michael Vick. Who else?
Obama.
Obama, who,
saved this country.
Well, he saved the country, but if you ask me, he did more for white people than he did black people. So what is you mad for? Like I said, what is you mad for? He helped y'all more than he helped black people. So why do you hate Obama? And so this here, to me, is funny because it just illustrates more racism. You mad because the brother one-upped you. And to me, I'm like, go ahead and go get all their money, Kaepernick, without having to get CTE or, getting your back broken and getting tackled and all that. To me, it's perfect. Dude is not even 30. Maybe he's 30 now.
Yeah, he's a little over 30.
But he's young. He's intact. He'll never have to worry about injuries up the, in the long run.
Well, the funny thing is, let's take out his NFL contract. Because white people are like, well, they gave him an opportunity. The man already had money.
He already had money. You know, his family is from money. But then you also hear these same old Fox News crowd people. Oh, well, he wasn't a good football player. Oh, he didn't do this and he didn't do that. Wow, he
led his team to
a Super Bowl. In addition to having some of the best stats in comparison. I don't even know football, but from what I read, he has some of the superior stats opposed to a lot of people who got jobs. And so it's like, okay, that's a weak argument. And that is just your way of saying we don't ever want this Negro to succeed in anything else because he made us mad. And then on top of that, and you being a veteran, you can speak to this, those same Fox News crowd people, they hijack or they tried to hijack the narrative saying, oh, well, he's disrespecting veterans and the flag. It was never even about that.
It was never even about that. And then it's really embarrassing when you have so-called veterans. It's mostly the people that aren't veterans that think they know what veterans go. Trump, 5 deferments, people. 5. President Bone Spurs. Okay? He's Mr. Patriotic. When they called him to come serve the country, he didn't want to do it. Dick Cheney didn't want to do it. George Bush, we don't think he did it. He signed up, but we don't,
Right, so did he do it?
But yeah. but the point is, the Supreme Court has already affirmed that burning the flag and stepping on it and spitting on it is a freedom of speech. Right. That is not for us to debate. I mean, we could debate it, but it ain't going to change what is.
And, morally, ethically, is it right?
Right.
I mean, we can argue that too. But then I also, to that point, I've also seen people refute that argument saying, okay, well, y'all mad because people are burning the flag, spitting on it, whatever, and that kind of stuff. But y'all wear the flag all the time.
Right. Yeah.
On your clothing.
Yeah. According to the bylaws of how to deal with the flag, you're not supposed to wear it for monetary gain, and there's all kinds of rules to it, and yet people are doing it.
Right. So it's like you just mad because black people are doing what they want to do to the flag, or I mean, what is it really? But again, what Kaepernick was doing was never about the flag or about veterans.
KaeperNIke.
KaeperNIke. We're saying KaeperNIke today.
Yes, we're saying KaeperNIke.
Obviously his deal
Get
was
his money,
Nike.
brother. Get your money.
But, it was never about the veterans or the flag. In fact, you heard a lot of veterans come out and say, I support him.
Even if it was about veterans, we serve to uphold the Constitution. Right. So even if I don't like what he's doing, I will uphold his right to do it.
Right. And so, but again, those people are the same people who will amen and co-sign everything Trump is doing. You cannot talk to those people. Like, I see people arguing with Trump supporters online. I'm like, why do that to yourself? You'd be better off going outside and arguing with the street sign. And because the street sign might concede some of your points, especially if they're logical and factual. But the Trump supporters, they gonna tiptoe around and skirt and.
What about Obama?
All of that.
What about Clinton?
You got to throw them in there when Trump,
What Clinton did it.
Right, Trump's grabbing up on women's hoo-ha's, but yet, Clinton ain't in the White House.
Right.
Okay? Clinton answered for that. He answered for that.
Why aren't they looking at Hillary's tapes? This ongoing investigation.
Well, because Hillary's not in the White House. But your dude, Trump, is not your dude, but their dude. It's like every day something comes out about this dude, but it gets explained away. It's like, what will you guys believe? What is it going to take for you guys to say, okay, well, maybe this dude is not such a good guy? What is it? I mean, for God's sakes, you just had John McCain's funeral, him and his family said Trump cannot come. You can't sit with us. Right. And now all of a sudden, but this is the hypocrisy of the Fox News crowd and Fox News white people, I'm going to say. When McCain was running against Obama, McCain is the best thing since sliced bread, he's a hero, he's a veteran, he's this, that, and the other. But then when he had opposition with Trump, all of a sudden y'all going to talk about McCain. Right. What's wrong with y'all people? Y'all don't have no loyalty for nobody.
If it doesn't fit their narrative, they're not going to go with it.
That's just crazy to me. Crazy. I mean, I don't have a dog in the fight with John McCain, R.I.P., or Trump, but it's like one moment y'all was cool with John McCain, and now he, is this, that, and the other. It's like, wow, y'all are not loyal at all.
Businessman failed. Why would you listen to a failed businessman?
Well, I'm going to tell you why they listen to a failed businessman. And to me, it's just very simple. It's because that failed businessman does everything anti everybody else who is not white. And so he does things that promotes the agenda of white supremacy.
So basically, you're basically saying he is living and saying their fantasy.
Yeah, why else would you vote against your better interest? If you're a poor white dude in Alabama, why would you vote against Obamacare and then get mad?
Because it's Obamacare.
But it's the same thing as Affordable Care Act.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
And you just slit your own throat.
No, I didn't.
Right. Okay, well, take your ass to the doctor then.
Right. What do you mean I'm not cut? What?
Right. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't pay the mandate. What?
You voted against your own interest because you thought Trump was, he's going to build a wall. And he's going to, do the, what is it called, stop and frisk nationwide. And we know that predominantly affects black people. We're going to get all these minorities under subjection and it's going to be wide, all right.
So I guess that would be the undertow of Make America Great Again, make it white again?
Yeah, make it white to where, white people were complete. I'm not talking about on top like they are now, but on top to where, as we see in a lot of the videos, I can come slap you, spit on you, I can block your in and call police on you for selling water. That America.
That America. Gotcha.
Right.
That small group of people.
He speaks to those people, and those are the people that you will argue with about stupid stuff.
Right. Well, let me ask you this. If that group of people, who do they have to blame for them not being the majority anymore? Who do they have to blame? You can't blame black people for that. You can't blame Mexicans for that.
Well, they can't blame us for that because we were brought over here.
No, exactly. But what I'm saying is, though, since they're losing their majority, stop intermarrying.
Well, white women love brothers.
Mexicans, whatever.
Come on, brothers are irresistible. Let's quit playing games. We know brothers are irresistible.
We disagree on a lot, but that's one thing I cannot disagree with you.
You can't resist a brother. I'm just saying. And so, right to your point, who are you really mad at that America is browning?
Yeah.
That was bound to happen when you kidnapped 100 million, Africans and brought them over here. Eventually, we was going to start mixing.
Of course, 80 million you dropped off in the ocean, but that's another story.
Right. So eventually, it was going to get brown. And we know why you don't want Hispanics over here because they browning up the white gene pool, too. So, I get it. But, as far as Kaepernick goes, brother KaeperNIKE, get your money. Get your money. And let's be honest, too. Nike they're smart. They knew that it was a great marketing campaign because black people
are going to get it.
Right, we buy Nikes. Air Jordans, one of them, is synonymous with black people. And also it's speaking to the consumer market of black people, where it is said that black people give products a cool factor. Like if black people have it, always cool.
Well, it's just like the hip hop culture. Remember back in the 80s when we invented it, our generation invented it? Oh, that's not going to last.
Right.
Now, you can go to Germany, Japan, whatever. All that's over there. All the clothes, the shoes, the everything. It's all there.
And I read an article.
$1 billion industry.
My daughter read me the article. Tyga, the rapper who used to date Kylie Jenner, the youngest one.
Never heard any of his shit.
Who's about to be, you probably heard the Rack City word. Okay.
No.
Yeah. So anyway,
I'm an R&B guy.
So he was with Kylie Jenner for a while. That's the youngest Kardashian Jenner.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you said it, I did.
Oh, yeah.
So that was the one he was dating when she was 16.
They had a baby, right?
No, they didn't have a baby. She had a baby with some other dude that she knew for about a year.
Okay, gotcha.
Not to put her out there,
but
but anyway.
When did I get my turn?
I don't know. You're saying it's the right spot, I guess. So anyway, he did an interview last week. Saying that he helped put her on the map because she's deemed to be close to being the youngest billionaire at 20. I think she's 21 now. But he said,
I don't believe it's how I see her tax returns. But go ahead. Right.
But he says it was because of me. But he says because when we were together, I told her, if you're not going to get far without black people. You need black people to put you on, black people to make your product go.
Yeah, but so she figured jumping on some black dick is going to just get her.
Well, they all do that.
Yeah.
They are. But, let's be honest. Not that we keep on talking about the Kardashians, but they are very much so culture vultures, and where they take everything from black culture, they try to, and steal it to make a profit off of it. You even have magazines that say, "Oh, Kim Kardashian made the braids, the Bo Derek ones that she even stole from black people. She's making it popular. It's like, so black women ain't been running around with braids in here,
right?
Okay, and so So we know that you need black people to make things cool. Nike's not stupid. Do they really care about black people? I don't know. I know they have hired Serena and a couple other, a lot of black people.
Michael Jordan, they've given him his
right.
They ain't letting him go.
Right, and so black people make stuff cool. We at the cool factor. So Nike's like, this is going to be good for us because it said that Kaepernick is going to get a shoe and clothing line and other stuff. So we're going to be all up on it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So that's all I have to say about Kaepernick. And I want to move on to, unless you have anything else to say.
No.
Jeffrey Owens, not Jesse Owens, but
Jeffrey
Owens, who played and was an actor on The Cosby Show from like 1985 to 1992. He played the character Elvin Thibodeau, which was the oldest daughter on the show, husband Sandra. And so he's an actor. He's played but he hasn't really had a consistent acting career since then. He's been in things here and there. But last week, a Fox News watcher. Only reason why I say it's a Fox News watcher because she was in Trader Joe's. We know mostly who go to Trader Joe's. I let that leave you guys fill in the blank.
I go to Trader. Go ahead.
I said mostly. I go to Trader Joe's too, but I said mostly.
Okay, gotcha.
So she spots him and she takes a picture of him, and he's a cashier at Trader Joe's. So she takes a picture of him and she sends it to Fox News. Look who I saw in Trader Joe's working the cashier. And, he's working, and obviously he doesn't look the way he used to, but he's doing his thing.
Right. But as a conservative, that would be a story you would say about conservatism.
You would think. And so that's where a lot of backlash came because Fox News did this. They also since then have put out an apology, but it's like, man, it's too late. But anyway, they ran with the narrative of, and I'm paraphrasing, look at this bum actor who's now a cashier at Trader Joe's. And so I don't know if that was more like they were trying to punch Bill Cosby in the eye, or if that was just some of the racist stuff they do anyway.
Right.
Here's this bum actor, black dude, who used to be on a very prestigious show, The Cosby Show, and now he's this, Trader Joe's cashier.
And what's wrong with that?
Well, everybody was asking that question. So the picture goes viral. You have some clowns who was trying to clown and ha-ha. But then for the most part, I would say 95% of the people who saw that, including a lot of celebrities,
was fellow actors.
Yeah, they was like, yo, I used to buzz tables, before I got to where I was.
Well, and I was going to say that as an actor myself, as a fellow actor, thespian. Just because you're on a show doesn't mean you're making millions and billions of dollars. There's things as actors, and there's things called working actors.
Correct.
So there's two sets of classes. Now, a working actor is like
a series.
Let's say working actor is more like this, and that's true too. Working actor is more like I'm an Italian guy, right?
Yeah.
So every time there's a mobster movie, guess who gets work?
Well, that's stereo.
Yeah, but I'm a working. Yeah, it's typecasting, but I'm a working actor because I'm a known entity in Italian movies. Got it. And so whenever there's an Italian movie, not saying I'm going to be a major feature,
but you're going to be in it.
I'll be in it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You busted tape.
Right, exactly. Yeah. If you're looking for that. And that's what you call working actors. But while I'm waiting for a part to come, because I'm not a De Niro, I'm not this, I have to have a regular life and pay my bills.
And that's what he said.
Exactly.
And so he said, so when this picture went viral, people, a lot of actors, big time actors, I can't think of none off the top of my head, but a lot of them was like, how dare you guys try to shame this guy? Yeah. He's putting in honest work. Right. But y'all mad because he ain't on drugs or he ain't strung out, which a lot of actors are, but they don't do that.
And I remember him. He wasn't like a featured actor.
Well, he was for 5 years.
No. Yeah, but that doesn't mean you're a featured actor. It wasn't his show.
It wasn't right. He wasn't his show, but he was a regular on the show.
But just because you're a regular doesn't mean you're making top dollar. Now, kick this. If Bill Cosby went down and they took his reruns of the Cosby Show off, he probably wasn't getting the checks he was supposed to get.
Correct.
Which makes it, let me go get a job so I can make this thing total.
But even regardless of how his situation ended, how he was at Trader Joe's, and he talked about that, but I'll get to that in a second. But so people ridiculed him. Well, we know the Fox News people ridiculed him as it was a joke, but then people came to his defense and said, this man has put in an honest day's work. How dare you try to shame somebody? And to your earlier point, it was like, well, ain't Fox News about conservatism and putting yourself up by the bootstraps and
doing what you got to do?
So on one hand, you'll have when Bill O'Reilly was on have these false segments about the statistics in the black community where black men ain't doing
working,
this.
We ain't doing that.
But here's a black man that's working Smith.
Regardless of the circumstances.
But he working at Trader Joe's. There's a lot of white people working at Trader Joe's.
And we did a thing last week, and if you guys saw, I just put the video up with Janet Hubert. There was something that Janet Hubert alleged to when she was talking about Will Smith. She said, "What do you know about the craft?"
Right.
She said, "I had to go work over here. I had to go do that struggle to get to where you need to go." And Will Smith didn't have to go through that.
And that's what a lot of actors, James, the conservative guy, the white guy, James,
James, conservative. He's on Fox.
He's mad. He was mad with KaeperNIKE about the protest. I can't think of his name. Oh, gosh.
Go ahead. James, white guy. Go ahead.
Yeah. It'll come to me. Yeah. But he even tweeted saying, you know what? This guy's putting on his day's work. Why is this a laughing matter?
Right.
You know, a lot of them talked about how they was in between work. They went and brushed tables.
Right.
Terry Crews.
Terry Crews had sweet floors.
Yes, he said the NFL. He said I'd do it again if I needed to. But so anyway... So what Fox News and the lady who took the picture meant for bad and to turn it to a joke, well, he was on Good Morning America with Robin, what's her name? Whatever her name.
Robin, ex-basketball player, whatever her name is.
The one that pissed off Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Her. She did an interview with him and he says, at first when he saw the picture, he was shocked, like, oh my God, I can't believe they did this to me. They're ashamed because he just wants to do his thing. Now, he works at Trader Joe's and he's a part-time professor. So he said...
Yeah, that so doesn't come out right.
Yeah, but he says, not that he has to justify to anybody, but I'm working at Trader Joe's because it allows me flexibility to go on auditions. But he says, since then, a lot of acting agencies and, different things have contacted him. And as of this morning, Tyler Perry tweeted and offered him a job on Have and Have Nots, one of his biggest shows, one of OWN's biggest shows to date. Okay. One of the biggest soap operas to date.
Right.
Offered him a role on Have and Have
Nots. Here's my problem with Tyler Perry, okay? I'm just going to say this real quick. We're talking about actor. It relates. Do you remember a singer named Cheryl Pepsi Riley?
Yes.
Remember when Tyler...
Thanks for my child.
The red shoe, the jacket. Yeah. Now, when he was starting out his plays... He employed Cheryl Pepsi Riley to start some of those plays.
He didn't pay her.
No, he paid her.
I say, Lord.
But what I'm saying is, how come she hasn't been featured in any of his movies?
Well, that's a good start. It's some investigative work, shall we?
Yeah, isn't that kind of strange? She was there for the plays.
Well, I hate to say it. That's usually how a lot of people do, like with the Lee Daniels and the Damon Dash thing. Man, we was cool when you was needing some of my money to get your...
my talent.
Yeah, your work onto the big screen, but now that you made it, it's like, Damon, can I have your people call me people, Damon? When you get ran up on about your money.
Right.
And so Tyler Perry has offered him this role. But, to Jeffrey Owens' point out that he was making an interview, he says, honestly... He says, I'm thankful that people have recognized me and stuff like that because it goes on audition. He said, but I don't want people to really just give it to me. He says, I'll audition, but I want to earn it because I'm the right person for the job. But in my head, I'm like, man, you better quit being stupid.
Yeah, you get that thing. But see, that comes from being a love of your craft.
Right. What you said he does.
And like I said, don't think that he's sleeping on stuff. I mean, he probably does community theater.
That's what he said.
Right. He's in episodes here. You probably didn't recognize him. He was in these shows. So if you look at a lot of actors' resumes, it'll show you like they're in this show and you didn't even know they were in there.
And that's what he said. He said that he didn't want people to think that he had just given up on acting. Right. Because the picture just... Like I said, the picture was meant for bad, and for those of you guys who follow biblical principles, and even if you don't, it just the universe works this way, that what the devil or evil people meant for bad, God turns it around for good. And God works in mysterious ways. This man is at Trader Joe's, and this lady, because at first she was like, is this the actor? She didn't really know, and then of course it blew up, and so that lady... being evil and facetious, thought she was, shaming this dude, but she actually was used. So God used you to do good for somebody else who he's probably very deserving. He probably deserves to be on the big screen, and he used that lady and all her evilness to help him get there.
See, and you got to also remember this: a lot of people, everyday people, they're too high and mighty to go work at a 7-Eleven or work at these things. Here's a guy who was on TV with Bill Cosby and a lot of stars, But he loves what he does because to him, it's probably not even about the money.
And that's what he said. He said it just keeps me afloat because I want to eventually get back into acting, and it allows me to go do that.
Right. The Cosby Show's been off the air for a long time from its prime time slotting. So, what do you think these actors do? He probably had a family,
right?
Raising his kids,
right? Because he's 57.
He's teaching stuff. Right. It isn't what you see on TV.
It's not in the movie like it is in the movie.
Yeah. Like you'll see a guy. It's like when a movie's made. Star Wars is already done. They're in the editing phase right now.
Right.
So a whole year, 2 years might go. They might even shelve the whole project. But he did that 3 years ago. Right. And it comes out. You guys got to understand how the business works. And sometimes it's in the movie industry. It's feast or famine.
Okay. It's feast or famine. And just really speaking to people who are trying to live their dreams, because I'm one of those people. Mm-hmm. I don't want to work a full-time 40-hour week stuck at a desk or in somebody else's business because I'm still pursuing my things. And so doing stuff here and there that's part-time will allow me to do those things because I know if I'm stuck at a desk 40, 50 hours a week, I'm not going to be able to do that. Plus, like you said, we just talked about earlier, if it feels like a job, I don't want to do it.
I don't want to do it.
If I feel like I can't, I got to ask you, can I go to the bathroom, or is it okay if I take vacation, or I can't, my mama died, and so I only get 3 days paid for bereavement, right. But then I get 2 more that's unpaid, and so I have to deal with the
And if it's a holiday, I don't get that day because I can't take that day.
Or because somebody else got seniority, and they've been here 30 years, and they ain't never going to not go on vacation on Christmas. So I'm always going to be stuck at the job on Christmas until Susie retire or die. Right. So I understand what he said with that. Some people don't want to give their whole life to a company for 40 hours plus a week for 40, 50 years, go home and die. I want to pursue my dreams. And even if I don't get to that dream, I did not give up.
And I'm going to have to applaud you on that because, again, I love acting. I love community theater. I love political savvy. So what I did was I retired from the military. That was a 24-year gap in my adult life, raised my kids, whatever deals. Now my kids are grown. What do I do? Okay.
Whatever the hell you want to.
Right. But you know what I mean? But I'm not the young person I used to be. And I said, well, I like politics and I like theater. So I said, you know what? What's the best thing to do? Let me make my own internet show.
Do what you want to do.
And talk of opinion. So am I being seen by people? Yes.
Right.
Am I,
Well, as they say, if you build it, they will come.
And people have come.
Speak things that are not as though they were. Walk into things as if you are already there. Martin Luther King says the first, something about the first step or take a step of faith, even though you can't see the whole staircase. Right. And so that's really what that speaks to. Do what you love.
Right. Do what you love. And
I ain't mad at the brother. I hope everything works out.
And you know what? And I'm very sure it will work out because, like I said, a lot of these movies now people that we can do movies now. People are making B movies, go straight to DVD.
Oh, yeah. Netflix is paying people.
Exactly.
Man, I saw this movie on Netflix about these people traveling all over the world, and I was so annoyed because the movie was so annoying. But I'm like, that's what Netflix is paying people for, these dry documentaries. It was terrible. I was so terrible. I wanted to write a review.
Yeah, and I keep telling her to write. And like me, that's one thing I'm doing too. I'm writing stuff down because I am going to sell it to Netflix or one of these shows and
get your money, brother.
So.
And so the next segment, how much time we got?
We got plenty of time.
Okay, so the next segment we're going to talk about. I'm going to implement a segment called Facebook Mess. Why? Because I see
Facebook foolishness.
From Facebook foolishness. There you go. Because I want to call it Facebook-ish, but I was like, nah, let's be a little bit respectful.
Facebook foolishness.
Facebook foolishness. That's what we're going to call this segment. And so, as a lot of you guys who have a social media account, you sometimes often, I guess you can say, scroll down on your timeline and you see the most ridiculous, the most foolishness ever on the planet. So this morning, before I got into the swing of my day, I looked on Facebook to just scroll down and see what was going on. Because, a lot of times I like to do it if we're going to do a show to see what's trending. Well, I didn't see anything trending noteworthy. But what I did see was this girl. She's a friend of mine on Facebook, and I've met her personally too. She puts a screenshot of, I guess, one of her homegirls told her that her baby daddy, and I'm telling you exactly how it was, her baby daddy said something about how he wished he could see his son, but I heard he got in trouble for talking to me. I see the little boy is maybe like 8 or so. And so his friend comments, and he's joking. He says, well, let's go kidnap him. All right. So somebody screenshots it, sends it to the girl on my friends list, and she puts it up. These she calls him all these names, talking about they gonna kidnap my child. I wish it would, and all this other stuff. And so she tags the dude who said that about the kidnapping in the post. And so the guy gets on there and was like, yo, I was joking. But anyway, that's a good man. He wants to see his child. Why are you stopping him from seeing his child? There's a lot of things I can say about you. Like you don't keep your house clean. Just the ratchet stuff.
You don't keep your drawers clean.
Yeah, all that. He was like, but since because you want to put me on blast. Right. And so I chimed in and said, well, since you put it on Facebook, I will put my 2 cents in. I said, we need to be careful what we say on Facebook, on social media. And I said, I can't remember the guy's name, but to his point, if the man wants to see his child,
what's the problem?
Let him see his child.
No, I can't. This is my hostage. I can't do that.
Well, no, she responds and says, well, my son doesn't want to. It's his choice.
What?
So the dude says, how is it his choice? He's a child.
He's a child.
And so I chimed in and said, well, he don't want to, it's his choice. I said, how? Is he an adult? Mm-hmm. And she says, well, I don't want to get into all of that. But no, he's not an adult. And so me and the guy simultaneously was like, so then why does he have a choice? Uh-huh. And so I said, unless the man is unfit to be his father, he needs to see his son. Mm-hmm. And then the guy was like, and that's why I told my homie, to take you to court and stop fighting with you, go get custody of your son. And so then some other hood rat gets in there talking about, ain't no court gonna let you see your son, give him custody. And so I said,
yes, they will.
And again, unless the man is unfit, no judge is going to keep him from his son.
I could be a child molester in jail right now, and I have children. I have a right to see my children.
In a lot of cases, that has happened.
Yes.
You might be supervised, but
I'm going to see my kids in jail.
Right.
In jail.
I've heard of cases like that happening. So then, her own girls get on there co-signing the nonsense. And I said, you know what? I'm sorry. I said, in this day and age, especially, kids need their fathers. I said, especially black sons need to be with their father. And so...
No, they don't.
Right. And so her friend was like, well, she, her son don't want to see him and all this other stuff. And I said, to the guy's point, I said, if he takes her to court and he's not done anything bad, in a lot of cases, he'll get 50-50 custody. Oh, no, he won't.
Let me chime in this.
And so do you know what I hit her with? Well, she told me I should take some law classes. Hold on. She said I should take some law classes to learn the law. I said, I'm sorry, but I have.
Right, I've taken the paralegal course.
Not only have taken it, I've taught it.
Taught it, right.
And then she says, oh, well, in San Bernardino, that's not how the court system works. And I just left it alone. But since then, the girl has deleted the post because it jumped off the rails. It's like, you're not going to win this.
Yeah,
you were saying that this little boy is controlling you, but to your point, and I'll let you go on, to your point, you always talk about how these moms, especially in our community, give the son so much power. That's my king. And then she put up a picture of him like, this is my, my everything, my man. But yet you're feminizing this little boy. You're keeping him away from his father. And you gonna he's a kid. Wait. So this little boy is at the head of your house, I guess, right? He gets to control the shots.
Well, here's what I don't understand. He's old enough to make a decision not to see his father. But when you want him to go sweep that damn thing, he ain't got no choice.
Well, no. Because women like that ain't gonna make him sweep the floor. Oh, he's a king, or he don't need to sweep no floor. She might make his little sister do it, but she ain't gonna make him do it.
Right.
But I was like, what's wrong with these people? Now, then it's like, where is the good girlfriend?
Now, this, like, I know you keep talking about delivery, but this is what a lot of men have been talking about. We don't want to deal with this no more.
But it's like, where is the good girlfriend? The one with the sense.
They don't have it because they surround.
What tripping with that man? Let that man see his child. You got 2 kids.
Because it's a conspiracy that women, especially black women, it's their hustle. That's the new hustle.
But you know the crazy part about this girl too, not to run her line, I don't know if she'll ever watch it, but if she does, hopefully she'll take some advice and not she'll block me. I've been blocked before. But this girl just had a baby that's probably not even a week old. Not even a week old.
Same father?
No, she's got 3 kids by 3 different dads, and she's constantly on Facebook ranting and raving about their daddies.
And where does she work?
She don't, and that's what the dude said. The dude says, listen, I got to go. I got to go to work unlike you, who sit at home all day fighting with people on Facebook. I said, well, I'll be.
We are done. This conversation's over.
you can't even listen to good reason. You haven't said, because I was waiting for her to say, well, he drinks and drive with the kid. You know, he's got this record. And, because the son don't want to. Well, why don't the son want to? Because you didn't put that in his head?
Well, that's a lot of things. I have nieces, and I would go pick them up when they were younger, and their mother would be telling me, oh, they don't like roller coasters, or they don't like this, or they don't like that. Jordan, have you ever been on a roller coaster? No. Then how do you know?
That's the same argument of, well, they don't want to eat no vegetables.
Yeah, what?
They don't like vegetables. Well, you the mama. Did you put that in their head?
Yeah. If you come to my house and this is what I present, because this is where I was taught. You eat what is put in front of you. You have two choices. Either you're going to eat it or you're not.
We didn't have that Burger King mentality in my house either.
Exactly.
Where you can have it your way.
Exactly.
You know, there's some cases, like no shade to my older brother, but you know, he's got, when his kids were young, his wife, well, this one wants to eat Taco Bell, this one wants to eat Del Taco, and this one wants to eat Burger King, and she running all over the place, catering
Madness.
to them. But see, in my house, the way I raised my daughters, like, listen, we eating a Taco Bell. You want a burrito, you want a taco. Now, of course, there's cases where you can ask them, but we come to a consensus.
No, I'll ask you while I'm at Taco Bell. Do you want something else?
Right, or do you want to eat Taco Bell or McDonald's? But it ain't going to be you running all over town. But to your point is, how does the little boy know he don't want to see his dad unless you implanted that idea in his head because you salty because y'all relationship didn't work out? And I don't know what the dynamics of the relationship were, but obviously, I mean, maybe the dude didn't stick around long. Maybe y'all was a wham bam. You got pregnant and now you bitter. But now you're doing the same thing with the new baby daddy. Talking about he don't want nothing to do with the baby. God, the baby wasn't even here yet.
There is always, and this is what my mother says, all this is mathematical. What is the common denominator in that woman's situation? Her.
But
and there it is.
Because, you know, the baby don't want to see his daddy, and the girlfriends is co-signing the nonsense, but it's like, so yet, y'all will be the same ones to get on your Facebook page and talk about N-words ain't this. Oh, they this, that, and the other.
But yet you keep having babies for them.
But then you won't go back to the post where you was amening your girlfriend, not allowing her child or to see his father because he don't want to. He don't have a choice.
Yep, exactly. When
and that's what the judge is going to say. So you letting this little boy run the household? Maybe I need to get him to his daddy where you're going to put some structure on him and teach him how to go about life. But you just letting him eat. I hate to say it. I don't like speak nothing bad on people. But Phil from the Advice Show made a good point when he was talking about the chick that was ranting and raving with the brothers that was protesting the nail shop. He said those are the type of women that raise the Pookies and the Ray Rays. Those are that woman. That's who they mamas are. Those women who have no sensibility, don't have any rhyme or reason, don't make no sense. They go out of emotions and they raise their kids that way. And so she, unfortunately, she keeps on this chick.
The BT 1100.
She's stupid. She's going to raise her son to
no consequences.
No consequences. I don't have to have any coping skills, no logic, no nothing. Well, you know, my mama said, because you know when I was working at that after school program for the 2 seconds I was there, I was hearing that like, you ain't my dad. My mama said, oh my God.
Or, you know, when you see a young person, the first thing that come out of their mouth is, you gay, you gay. They get that from the mom or the women that surround them.
I heard that too when I was there. People, another girl, her friend was calling this one dude gay. And I asked him, I said, why would you call him that?
No rhyme or reason. No rhyme or reason.
Where are you getting this from?
And then even if he is gay, so what?
Right. Who are you to chastise him for that?
Right.
But that's... So, I mean, that's all I have about that, but I was just like, golly. I'm thinking I could talk some sense into her, but her and her homegirl, they just doubling down on the bullshit.
It's just like my man Reese said. They will not stop.
You know what?
Until you are dead.
Okay, but you got 3 baby daddies, 3 children. You just had one 2 seconds ago, and you don't get along with him. You're fighting with your son, baby daddy. The girl's dad won't come see her for whatever reason. This is the stories that I'm getting from Facebook, from her post. But yet, like you said, has nothing to do with you, though.
Right.
You innocent.
Right.
These dudes are setting out to do you dirty. But yet this dude is saying he wants to see his son, but then here you go talking about you can't see your son because he don't want to see you.
Or the dad comes in there and says, okay, you got your nails done, you're going to the club every Sunday, you're doing all this other, or Saturday, you're doing all this stuff, and my child is in Dickies, a t-shirt, and some Buster Browns, but I'm paying $800 a month in child support, and I can't get an audit of where this money's
I
going.
got to go through hell and high water to see my child. And I would just present plenty of women. If you're doing that, stop. Just stop. Let the kids see their daddy. This ain't about you. It's about you.
You can't tell that to the BT1000.
I tried.
Hey, this is definitely the high installment. We got a lot to talk about local politics and what's going on in the city of Moreno Valley and the Inland Empire. You guys, stay tuned. So, guy in the attachment that just came in.
Are you ready? Hey, are you ready for this? Are you hanging on the edge?